Welcome to another episode of Play the Hits, and we've got a fun, I guess, holiday surprise tonight. How you doing, Chris?
Good. So, Nick, canonically speaking, where does this game fall in the Mario timeline?
It's somewhere between Wind Waker and Mario Brother All-Stars, if I remember correctly.
Clearly.
Okay.
You told me this game was from Japan.
Alright, so we're going to be doing an unofficial Nintendo game here. We're going to be doing a rom-hack. My logic is the holidays are stressful enough, so let's de-stress a little bit here on Play the Hits.
Yeah, de-stress until Nintendo cracks down on us.
That's okay. So long as you're making a ROM hack, you're fine. Just don't host emulators, the pattern seems to be.
So we can claim full copyright ownership of all these characters, then?
Oh, trust me, there's videos that are out there of this right now with playthroughs with far more viewers and no takedown notices. We're gonna be fine.
And Korean speedrunners, to boot.
So, to navigate some of the legalities here, this game runs on the famous Mario Bros. X engine, which is basically an emulator engine that put together all of the assets of Mario games over the course of 15 years into an awesome system. And we're going to be playing a specific ROM hack called Talking Time Brothers: The Lost Levels.
That's too much of a mouthful. I'm going to call it Marmo Bros.
Yeah, okay, that works too.
So Super Marmo Bros.
So we're going to be doing the Lost Levels. Like I said, there's 3 installments. They're all very good, but I feel the funnest one to do an episode over would be the 3rd one, which is where they kind of hit their meme-tastic apex of their series here.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Right, so got ourselves a fresh save. Let's crack open a old one here, and
I've got my Negroni.
someone actually left a bunch of Red Orchard apples at my house. Red Orchard ales? Whatever.
Ales, that's a little different.
Whatever. Alrighty. So one of the fun things is, like, Mario Brothers 2, you can play as any of the 4 original characters, or Link.
So naturally, we're going Link.
A lot of the time, yes.
Also, was that fucking, like, Kirby with no eyes?
Yeah, just this creepy-looking Kirby.
Topanga's Starbase.
Wasn't Topanga in that weird Super Mario World with Sphinxes and Daisy and stuff?
No, I believe Topanga is a character from Boy Meets World. I was purposely mispronouncing it.
So I think this game picks up after the 2nd game ends.
This is a surprising amount of plot for a ROM hack.
Get used to it. You got about 20 more seconds before we're done for the game.
Come on. Come on. I need Goomba blood.
I think Bowser gets the... Oh, now it's turned into Final Fantasy IV.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bring me that crystal.
Let me lay down the sick beat for you, Nick.
Bowser has a space armada?
Dude. What the hell? How much money does Bowser have? Where is he pulling in his funds?
I get the feeling he's secretly subsidized by the princess to keep the crisis machine going.
Oh, that or he's like the biggest drug lord in the Mushroom Kingdom wasn't always the Mushroom Kingdom, if you catch my drift. Bowser made it the Mushroom Kingdom.
It's, keeping a easy adversary in clear view of the Mushroom People lets them forget about the crippling debt ballooning and the deficit.
This kingdom was once called Toadland, but then Bowser came with his drugs, and now it's Mushroom Kingdom. The last levels, not the lost levels. Come on, Nick.
Oh.
False advertising.
Well, it's a little bit of both.
Is that Toad wearing a base suit?
Base suit. Oh, yes.
Huh. Welcome to the future!
I like how that's everyone's canonical Toad voice.
Right? Yeah, I know. Really, like, there's no better Toad voice than that, like, chintzy 80s cartoon, is there?
Mario! Yeah, say what you will about Mario continuity. They disregarded a lot of the Mario cartoon, but they kept the Toad voice as canon.
Right?
Mario, we've put Kirby in quarantine because he's freaking us out. I mean, have you seen his face?
Okay, now, this game kind of runs a little bit like Mega Man in that you can go to any one of several areas on the world map for...
Nice. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, this was let's start as Mario first.
This game looks fantastic. I in no way is this a criticism, but this definitely looks like kind of an indie style ROM hack. I mean, just the like fact that you have like this kind of overworld hub in like a 2D sprite based game.
Well,
I mean, it's not a bad thing. It just it's certainly unique to this style.
Part of the rationale is the more stars you get, the more stuff you unlock as you go through it.
Mario 64 style.
Yep.
Very
so
good.
like, there's I think this room is full of like Tanuki suits, and this one has Hammer Brothers suits in it.
Nice.
So yeah. Let's see. So the item storage. I just want to get to the world map. Maybe I should pay attention to the signage.
What was the... Were you at the world map just now?
Nope. Main entrance. Okay, cool.
So there's the world map, and then there's the world map.
We won't be back here for a while. All right.
Rainbow Bridge.
What do you say,
Rainbow
Chris?
Road.
Left or right?
Good adventurers go left, to quote Pro Jared. Wise Owl Forest.
Wise Owl Forest or Green Dream?
Green Dream.
You know
At first I was reading it Green Demon, so...
Let's go with Green Dream. Hey,
Nick's cowboy in this playthrough.
Speaking of dreams, or speaking of demons, I
Did you have another sex demon dream?
from our... That's a conversation for later. You're not too far off. I've had some weird fever dreams lately. I dreamt last night that I was auditioning for the Blue Ranger and the Power Rangers 90s movie. Sitcom.
That's actually a pretty
Sitcom.
tight dream, man. Sitcom.
Yeah, I didn't get the
Power
part.
Rangers sitcom, the wildly unsuccessful...
Well, I mean, I didn't get the part, but that was okay because, like, actual monsters attacked, and I was like, okay, well, if I can't be the fake Blue Ranger, I guess I'll be the real Blue Ranger?
And it was that really shitty episode where they teamed up with the Ninja Turtles.
To clean the park? No.
And it was, yeah, right. It was just disappointing for both fan bases.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, red coins.
Okay, so this game works in that in every stage there's a hidden star.
Ah, I see.
There's our first one. Stars unlock bonuses. So, this will be a nice introduction stage.
Hello. What the crap am I looking at?
Oh,
What is happening?
this game has got so many cool things thrown into it.
Oh, that's just a chainsaw then, isn't it?
Pretty much.
We've gone full Doom.
Anyways,
That's hilarious.
so speaking of demons, I had this weird dream the other night. No, hold on, I'm sorry. Speaking of demons, I finally, in light of our Star Tropics 2 stream, finally sat down and watched, what was it called? The Black Cauldron.
Oh, nice.
That was,
That's been a few years for me, but that's
it was not a good
that's a wild movie.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where, like, naturally when you watch it when you're older, you're like, this isn't as good, but even watching it objectively, I was like, wow, this movie is a mess. A real mess. It just was not a good movie overall.
Yeah, for Disney standards, it did not hold up well, but at the same time, I give them credit for trying something different.
Well, I mean, like, I guess,
And
like...
casting John Hurt in anything is always a good idea.
The Horned King was, like, what, in Taran's backyard? Well, I'm gonna go fight the Horned King. He's like a mile that way, right?
I'll be back for lunch.
But yeah, it was, I mean, I can see what they were trying to do, and that movie was definitely in development hell for several years. I believe that was in, like, the Michael Eisner years when he took over, and just
Oh, is
been
that
in
right?
production for, let's see, what was it? Like 15 years, and eventually
Holy
just
crap.
like just release the damn thing.
Wow,
Too bad you can't hear the music. It's Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic and Knuckles.
that's hilarious.
But anyways, now strangely enough, I am reading the book series that the Black Cauldron was based on, called the Chronicles of Idan.
Chronicles of Who Gives a Shit. Yeah,
right.
Gotcha.
It amazes me how Witcher-esque it is. I'm kind of wondering if, like, Sapkowski drew some inspiration from it. Well, the book opens immediately with the Wild Hunts, like, invading and trying to kidnap somebody.
No wonder it didn't work as a Disney movie.
And then I think it's about an hour into the book before the main character,
Where they all start
Taran,
shagging.
Yeah, right. Well, that would be a Witcher novel then. My favorite difference between the book and the Disney movie, it's about 60 minutes into the book before Taran, the young boy, gets the actual main character killed and has to take his place.
That sucks. What was that movie? That wasn't Waterworld, was it? Where Samuel L. Jackson, like, they make you think he's the main character, and then he dies like halfway through. Was that something stupid with sharks?
Isn't that like every Samuel L. Jackson that's not Avengers these days?
Yeah,
or
true,
like
but
even
I
Keith David's.
actually can't remember what movie that was.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't Waterworld, because I'm not sure if he was even in Waterworld. But there was this movie about like sentient sharks, right? And they're
Sharknado? Hello?
No, it wasn't Sharknado. Hello.
Okay, so this is Sonic bonus music, by the way.
Oh, I had something very different pictured.
Oh, it's like the blue orbs. Okay.
Oh, I see. So we're all right now. I'm still in Mario mode, but you know what? I think I know what song's playing.
So, speaking of other movies that I watched recently, Jojo and I were on a bit of a movie spree last week. So we also ended up watching The Invisible Man, the classic one.
Oh, okay, not the Kevin Bacon one.
No. That was. Have you ever seen the original one with? God damn it!
Oh, you had one job. Nah, I'm not criticizing your Mario skills. Okay, now I'm criticizing your Mario skills.
Okay, we can do that better. I need that star, darn it.
Oh, that was a purposeful death. I got you.
Yeah.
Nick wasn't taking that lying down.
Well, anyways, how's Thanksgiving treating you, Chris?
Not pretty good. Had some turkey, some pie, all the fixins.
Ah, cool.
I'm drunk. I'm on my third cocktail of the evening, so I'm in a happy place.
What was the breakout hit as far as all the food went?
Dude, Sarah did something epic with the yams this year. I don't know what it was, but they were like melt in your mouth butter, basically.
Sarah
awesome.
Cooking something amazing. Tell me something out of the ordinary, Chris.
Well, I started with beer and moved to liquor, so let's see if I get sicker.
I was gonna say, like, Sarah Cooking something amazing is pretty typical there.
Shoot, 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 shoot! Is that the cape in this game?
This is my cape.
Oh, okay, so Tanuki suit is cape. Yep. Gotcha.
All right, no amateur mistakes this time.
Yeah, fuck that. Actually, though, cape is pretty much my favorite power-up, which is the only reason I asked that, but, you know, Tanuki tail's okay,
well, they more or less work the same way, just the cape is the Tanuki suit without tail.
That's true, but I love the cape's gliding mechanic.
That's true.
Once you get used to it, that is.
Yeah. Well, the, cape also kind of just, changes up how you move in general, right?
Yeah, because you have that kind of glide effect coming down. Even if you're not, like, in full, like, bounce glide mode, you still have like some floatiness to your jump that is not otherwise present.
Okay.
But I do love the raccoon tail too, because you do have a little bit more control over it too, with kind of the waggle effect. Yeah, like that.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
See, Nick, that wasn't so difficult.
All you have to do is not suck. There you go.
Shut up, Rex.
You brought this on yourself.
Get out of here. So, I'm glad you didn't say anything about this on the Doom stream, but boy, I was having a off night. My mother had stopped over earlier in the day with a book full of coupons, and one of them was a buy one get one large coffee at Tim Hortons.
Nice.
So I was
you were pretty looped, huh?
Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna get coffee, but since it was buy one get one, and I didn't have anyone to give the second coffee to, I just shotgunned the second one, and
always
my
a good
heart
idea.
was going like a hummingbird that entire episode.
So Nick was just in the middle of this massive panic attack.
Hey, it's Knuckles, except it's Kirby.
What is with that freaking Kirby? That's not okay.
Oh, speaking of our last episode, remember how I was griping about trying to make popsicles sweet with strawberries?
Yeah.
Found a solution to it: maple syrup.
Maple syrup and strawberries. How's
that
flavor
adds
combo?
a good amount of natural sweetness to it.
I see. Well, hey, if it works, it works. So, Nick, what are you thankful for this year?
I am thankful for my kick-ass new job.
Tight.
But I suppose I'm also thankful for little Duncan here passed out beside me.
That's very sweet, Nick. This doesn't change anything, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yoshi's Planetoid.
Yep. I think.
Now, does this operate on the same principles as Mario World's map, where the red stages have a secret exit and the yellow stages do not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This was very much made by like nerds like you and me who didn't let that kind of stuff slip by them.
Of course not. I've been waiting for a proper follow-up to Super Mario World for freaking 20+ years.
Well, here it is. I mean, this, like I kind of said earlier, I feel like this is better than anything Nintendo put out. Nintendo's put out some quality products, but I mean, this really has that feel to it.
Which is good. I mean, I'm not averse to fan-made ROM hacks or remakes or anything. I mean, AM2R is actually tied with Super Metroid for my favorite Metroid game. But I would.
Oh, come
nice.
on.
Oh god, Yoshi. Yoshi, something's wrong. Yoshi. Yoshi, come on, come back, Yoshi.
Otacon. Wait, no.
That was supposed to be my Rick, but I don't think I came across.
No, you were like Solid Snake.
I was in Snake. Yeah, that's Negroni. I'm gonna blame it on the Negroni. All right, so what do the different colored Yoshis do?
Let's see. I think okay. Everything this Yoshi eats comes. No. This Yoshi can just
ground pound.
Yeah, he can ground pound all the time. That Yoshi, everything it eats, it spits out as an ice block.
Ah.
But I'm kind of fond of this Yoshi, so I'm gonna hang.
Purple Yoshi. Why do you sparkle so much in this game?
Oh, I mean that just shows that you can fly.
Oh, I see. I'm not complaining.
I mean, it was the same way in Mario.
Seemed odd.
Super Mario World.
I'm guessing this is Fire Yoshi.
I think this is Vegetable Yoshi.
Let's find out. Yep.
Everything this Yoshi eats turns into a vegetable.
Hence the pink? I don't know.
They only have so many colors in the rainbow, Chris.
Oh, speaking of which, I got a some Best Buy rewards points. And did I tell you I reconfigured my desk recently?
No.
I kind of set it up so I put a stand underneath my desk so the tower's down there, but I hopefully won't get any carpet dust. And then the only issue with it was, though, that my headphones were now just a little bit snug because I had to run the wire up behind my desk over my monitor to my head. And so the wire would get a little taut sometimes, especially if, I've had a few drinks and I'm jerking my head around. So I bought a headphone stand made by Corsair using some Best Buy points. And one of the fancy little side features of it is it has like this rainbow color scheme because, if you're a PC gamer, you have to have LEDs on everything, apparently.
Oh,
but
right. It's a rule.
Yeah, right.
There's the
But
stuff.
hey, I enjoy it, and it looks...
Easy victory.
It's kind of hypnotizing, actually. These Koopa Troopers have some wild wings. Nice. That's Fire Yoshi. Hello. What? That's not how lava behaves.
Not typically.
What was that?
Somebody call a scientist.
Yeah, right.
Whoa. Hey,
Whoa,
not
whoa,
too
whoa.
far
Time out. Suspension of disbelief here, Mario.
So, I think this is our alternate exit up here.
Oh, so yeah, to finish that thought, headphone stand, nice. Headphone stand looks great. And it has 2 USB 3.0 pass-throughs. So not only do I have more than enough slack now in my headphone wire, but I can also have another USB device of my choice connected without having to reach under my desk. So there's another thing I'm thankful for today. Best Buy reward points.
Okay, so the point of this is if Yoshi takes a hit, I lose the key.
I see. Well, they're just fucking with you, aren't they?
Game doesn't mess with me. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't seem quite Kaizo, but it doesn't seem easy either.
It's got a good mix of entertainment and challenge.
Nice difficulty balance. That's good.
That's obnoxious.
That's what I appreciated so much about AM2R was the difficulty was spot on. I mean, some of the later Metroids could definitely wreck your shit, but at the same time, it was all skill. I mean, you earned those victories.
Yeah, there were no big cheap deaths there. Everything's felt
no. I mean that, and as you were saying, I hate to say it, but definitely heads and tails above anything. Heads and shoulders, Chris. Heads and shoulders above anything that Nintendo had produced from Metroid for quite a while. And even when Nintendo did come out with their proper Metroid 2 remake, I still prefer AM2R, actually.
Didn't they, hello, what's this?
What is this? What's this? What's this?
Oh, this is the,
Shells up in the air.
Super Yoshi. This is the Yoshi with all of the other powers.
Ah, Kaizo Yoshi.
Yeah, we'll see how long we hang on to this for.
Yeah, right.
Immediately loses it.
I like how the Alpha Yoshi is white.
You know, I never attributed a race thing to it until just now.
They knew what they were doing.
So, had a question knocking around in my head. I was hoping you could help me with this. What would you say is your... Okay, out of games and movies, what do you think is the best and worst ending to something, in your opinion?
Ooh,
Take some time
man,
to...
that's a loaded question.
Ruminate over that for a while, because it takes some time to consider.
I am gonna have to consider that. I think best is gonna be easier than worst for me in this
Whatever's
case.
a good starting point for you.
Well, my favorite.
Whoa! What are you doing?
Hello.
There we go.
I think I have two games that are tied for my favorite endings.
Now,
in
again, you
video
can
game.
count games and movies. Really, any media.
Oh, and movies. Well, shit. Okay.
Games, movies, like out of everything.
Okay, so let me start with games. Favorite game endings tied between Final Fantasy IX and Ocarina of Time.
Really?
Yeah, loved the endings of both of those. Both phenomenal wrap-ups to long and rewarding adventures. I mean, it was well executed in both cases. Ocarina of Time just felt like, super satisfying to see like the direct impact of your work, and then like the whole, I love the Master Sword sleeps again reference to Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of the journey, not the destination in that game, but they didn't gyp you on the destination like some games do. Final Fantasy IX doesn't need any explaining. I mean, that was just a beautiful, beautiful ending. And then favorite movie ending, probably just my favorite movie in general, The Godfather.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Well, and though actually I will detour there and say that it was even better in the book because, of course, but the movie itself still ended brilliantly. I mean, like, I kind of liked the artistic license where they took, whereas in the book, it ends with Kay in the chapel praying for the soul of Michael.
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
And in the movie,
with Michael's
however,
mother, right?
Yes.
I pray for him here so he doesn't go down there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so she had basically become this old Italian-style Don's wife, and with completely without her consent. Like it's a horribly hopeless ending for Kay, but it was very well delivered. And then in the movie though, because they were already working with a 3-hour film and didn't want to run it to 4 hours, I'm guessing, they ended it with Michael being acknowledged as Don, but they still implied all of the Kay stuff by having her just kind of look at him hopelessly, like realizing that everything he'd been doing and saying to her has been a lie, and then that door just closes on her face, and that was just wonderful cinematography. So those are my favorite endings.
That's the part where she asks him, "Did you kill those men?" Right?
Right, or Carlos specifically, and Michael just lies to her face. Oh boy! Oh boy! So there goes Super Yoshi.
How long it would take us to lose him?
In water levels, can you really be blamed for that? You always lose everything in water levels. It's just survival.
I think the star is down here. That's why I'm aggravated.
Oh, did you have to kill all of them for the star?
I think so.
Hello, Hammer Bros. Hammer Bros are the bane of my existence. You handled that way better than I would have.
The trick is not to panic.
Yeah, I panic every time. Least favorite endings. Man, let me think here. That is a tricky one because I think I tend to block out more of my least favorite endings. So I'm trying to think of a game that maybe built up a lot of stuff and then really didn't deliver on anything in the final hours, or left like way too much open to just like the player's interpretation.
But without saying Mass Effect.
Yeah. Yeah, but not like anything that was, I don't know, like sequel. Okay, so I mentioned Final Fantasy IX being one of my favorite endings in a Final Fantasy game. I would say Final Fantasy 13 probably had one of my least favorite endings. It's just, hey, let's all stand here in this big field and look at each other. Like, okay. Whatever.
Had they only nailed the ending, that game would have been
Well, no, but
so
that's the
much
thing.
better.
With that game, one of the only things that I was actually invested in were the characters. I actually thought it had a pretty respectable cast, if nothing else. And then they just fucking didn't do anything with them. It's just like, okay, we won. Cool. Good job, guys. There was like no, like whereas Final Fantasy IX did like a really elaborate, where are they now? What are they doing sort of thing. Which that's my favorite. If I'm spending like 40 plus hours with a cast of characters and you make them endearing to me, I want to know what that their lives turned out okay, or maybe even not so okay after the final boss is down.
Yeah, you want closure.
Right, yeah, but FF13 just straight up ditched everybody. I mean, it was like, okay, bad guys beaten. Oh, okay. Movie-wise, least favorite ending, believe it or not. The original, well, I should watch my words here, because maybe this was just the United States cut of it, but original Jackie Chan's Drunken Master.
Really?
Yeah, so I love me some Kung Fu, and I love me some classic Jackie Chan. But this movie in particular, I loved the movie itself, and its sequel, actually. But the ending of the movie, if I'm remembering right, and God knows I may be confusing this with another Kung Fu, Jackie Chan literally beats the final bad guy, right? And the guy's just laying there, and his like best friend comes up, and he hands him like a flag. And Jackie Chan just waves the flag over the presumed corpse of the villain. And that's the ending. Like,
okay, I clearly missed something.
Yeah, let me look that up to make sure that it's actually the Drunken Master that I'm thinking of. Drunken Master ending.
No. And Master of the Panic, overcompensating.
I was just saying that happens to me, but... Okay, so let's see here. Okay, there's Jackie Chan. He's fighting the bad guy. Still fighting the bad guy. All right, he's going Drunken Master on him. It's looking good. Maybe this is just the final fight, not the actual whole ending. Okay, I want the actual ending, YouTube. Come on. And I don't want the sequel. What do you guys want from me? Okay, so this isn't actually the ending I was thinking of, but it still sucks.
What are we looking at here?
He just knocks the dude out, he rolls over, and then, like, his friends and his master, like, are like, good job. And they, like, walk to him, and that's the ending. But the flag one is even better. Like, man, what movie was that? Crap. I'm gonna have to, like, think about that, because that was even better. Like, he's literally just, it was kind of hilarious in retrospect, but they didn't mean it to be hilarious. They meant, like, this is his victory, great moment, and then, nope, credits roll. It's like, it's kind of like in Monty Python and the where they just ran out of money, only that was actually very well played, considering, like, the circumstances. And I actually, come to think of it, that might be one of my favorite endings, too. Same principle, but completely different context. They just ran out of money, so what do? They have the police show up and arrest everybody.
Yeah, that was Monty Python. Classic Monty Python for you.
That was a great ending. Man, I haven't thought about that in a couple of years. I should rewatch that film.
Oh, so we are at the... Alright, we'll be back for the Castle of Missing Monsters. I think that's where we'll end our episodes.
All right. So, Nick, what are some of your favorites and least favorites?
Favorites and least favorites.
I assumed that you had yours already pre-picked since you asked the question.
I usually do when I ask these questions, but I was legitimately curious what yours were. You're a bit more of a film buff than I am.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it depends on the film. Like, there's certain genres that I'm not into film for the sake of film. Like, there's certain genres that I really enjoy and will just watch the hell out of. Like I said, Kung Fu. I love me some Kung Fu. So much so that, as you can tell, I have trouble even remembering some of the names because they tend to run together.
Well, I will say this, and without giving...
Hey, it's Flood.
Yeah, like I said, there's going to be cameos from pretty much everything in the Mario universe, and a good deal of Super Metroid as well.
Yeah, I could tell from the opening when you were just freaking in whatever galaxy Zebus is a part of. Zebus? It's Zebus when I'm drunk and Zebus when I'm sober.
Oh, okay.
Kirby, stop, man! Freaking get rid of Kirby. Can we do that? Can we put the kibosh on Kirby?
I'll see if I can get into the files and hack him out,
or at least hack his eyes back in. That'd be great.
Let's see here. As far as like worst thing ever, I guess maybe it's because I'm doing this right now and I can't put too much philosophical thought into it. But good lord, freaking Mass Effect 3! What the heck?
Yeah, that's kind of the standby bad ending. But at the same time, though, like, I give them credit for actually making an ending.
No,
they just
I
didn't
don't.
make a very good ending.
Sometimes, sometimes an incompleted work because the author died before he could finish his work is better than the real thing.
Or just like we're not sure if we're done making money yet, so we're going to end the whole thing on a cliffhanger and not resolve the main...
Sure, because that was so much better than what we got. I would have been fine with ending at Mass Effect 2 and just leaving the whole thing open to interpretation.
Shenmue 2 style, huh?
Yeah, drawing castles in the sky regarding what Shepard could have done. But I mean, even, okay, sure, it wasn't like, oh, it's not what I wanted because I spent $60 in the game, therefore I have a seat at the director's table. It was just out of character for Mass Effect, like, and then everybody died. Or everybody lived.
Or everybody became robots.
But I mean, the problems, I think, started way, way before the ending anyways. I mean, part of the charm of Mass Effect was dealing with problems in the universe that were bigger than one man can solve. And then Shepard proceeds to solve all the problems in the universe by himself.
Well, and my major beef before the ending, as long as we're on Mass Effect 3 here, before the ending credits ever rolled, my major beef with the game was that your party for the third game was composed of largely uninteresting characters after 2 games filled with extremely interesting characters. Like I enjoyed it was kind of fun to have Liara back. I liked having her.
I have no qualms
and
with that.
Garrus is always a pleasure. But I just used Liara and Garrus because they were the characters I knew, and the new characters they introduced for that one were not that interesting to me.
Well, who else you had? You had the guy from the guy from Jersey Shore.
Yeah, right. What was his name even?
I don't even remember. Like Vega.
Okay, so what? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're right. It is Vega, but I couldn't remember that.
And then you had the sex.
You had
robot.
either Ashley or Caden.
Okay, neither of which were. If it was up to me, I'd have left them both at Saren's base.
Yeah, exactly. So no win there. But then check this out. Now, watch this. Mass Effect 3, much smaller cast of playable characters. But from Mass Effect 2, which had a much larger cast, I remember just off the top of my head, Rex, Shepard, not Rex, Grunt. But I loved his interaction with Rex in that one. Garrus, Shepard, Jack, this is actually the alcohol and not me not remembering the character, but Mordin. Mordin Solus, yeah. Thane was awesome. Thane Krios. Let's see here. Who haven't I named?
Luke Kane, Johnny Cage. Wait.
Yeah, Scorpion, Raiden, Sub-Zero.
Sting, Dusty Rhodes, Sid Vicious. Hold on, that's not right either.
The point being that Mass Effect 2, despite its larger cast, still found a way to make you enjoy that cast to its fullest. Whereas Mass Effect 3 is just
sloppy writing.
Yeah. Like Mass Effect 2 kind of felt like Band of Brothers in space, whereas, Mass Effect 3 did not. And I get it. The stakes were higher in Mass Effect 3. Hello.
There we go. I'm using an Xbox controller here. I seem to have mashed one of the buttons too hard. Well,
but yeah, that was just interesting about that game. Like, I know there were bigger things to worry about than your compatriots, but same was really true in Mass Effect 2. And most of that game, like, was optional. Like, you could not explore the characters if you wanted.
Yeah, and then get all your teammates murderized on the last mission.
Yeah, right? And some of that really stung, too, because, like, take Tally, for instance. You had Tally since the first game, and she was endearing even in the first game. So, like, you lost her. That was, like, a big shock.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm going through the collector base, and she takes a bullet straight through the head when trying to open one of the doors.
They even made me feel for Legion by the end of that game. And, Legion's a fucking Geth. So,
right. I think one of my favorite moments in Mass Effect 2 was watching Grunt die by being carried off by the world's strongest swarm of Seekers in the collector base.
I know,
oh
right?
My god.
And then not really dying?
No. That counts as his death. He just gets carried off by all these collector Seeker swarms. And,
see, in my game he survived. And so it was funny because they built it up like he was dead, and then like if you have done everything right, it's like he's fine.
No, are you talking about Mass Effect 3 where he gets thrown off that cliff, and if you had like enough preparation points, you lived through it?
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
yes.
that was Mass Effect 3.
Well, like there's no way he actually survived that, but there he is.
No,
they kind of pulled a Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 4. That was. Can I count that? I know that wasn't the ending of anything. It was still one of my favorite fucking... So Raiden gets crushed by a freaking tanker.
Right. No, it wasn't even just a tanker. It was like the mobile version of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, right. And it was this beautiful, like, tragic ending to Raiden. Like he was so disenfranchised. Everything has failed him, and now he's not even a real man anymore. He's just a shadow of his former self. But he finds meaning in being able to give his life for his friends. Just 2 minutes later, he's not even on camera, and Otacon's like, well, thank God he's okay.
Right? Yeah, there's this throwaway line between Snake and Otacon, like, wow,
oh
Raiden sure took a beating.
Yeah, he almost didn't make it.
Wait. You found parts of him?
I just watched this man get crushed by a freaking moon-sized tanker, and you're telling me he's alive?
Oh gosh,
that's what I knew Metal Gear Solid 4.
Can I change my worst ending answer? That game was so far up its own ass. What does that even mean?
Well, the question is, which of Metal Gear Solid 4's endings did you have the most? Because if I recall, there was like a 3-hour film consisting of multiple different endings, possibly in multiple different universes.
My eyes just kind of glazed over by the time I got to Octopus Lady.
I don't even remember her ending.
Or she was one of the 4 things. I don't know. The 4 things that were like exact copies of the bosses from Shadow Moses Island.
Okay, yeah. So there is a good example of a game ending where I feel like less actually could have been more. Because, all I really wanted to know is what happened to Solid Snake.
So you're seeing this cool mechanic here?
Yes, I like that. That's pretty neat. Like, I really didn't need to know, everything that I think I knew by
all
the end
these
of
details about a world that, quite honestly, I just really wasn't interested in the first place.
Makes no freak... Well, I was interested for a while. Like, Metal Gear Solid 1 was freaking intriguing.
Yeah, because
Metal Gear Solid 2...
It was Die Hard with,
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, for all of its faults, set up a fairly interesting premise. Like this, shadow cartel organization that's running the country behind the scenes. I mean, it's been done before, but they could have taken it someplace interesting. And then Metal Gear Solid 3, it was actually my favorite game gameplay-wise, but plot-wise, it was starting to show some cracks.
I thought 3 was honestly more grounded than a lot of the others. I mean,
yeah, but like the way that they handled Big Boss, like you could tell they had started with the goal of giving like a one-off, like this is what happened and this is how we got to Metal Gear Solid 4.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, about halfway through, they realized, wow, Big Boss is insanely marketable. This is actually just going to be the prequel to a whole Big Boss franchise of games. And once they made that shift and like they didn't, have him, turn into Big Boss, but rather like he's just a kind of sort of disenfranchised soldier still working for the man. Like they didn't establish anything about Outer Heaven. They didn't establish anything about like his alliance with Ocelot. They left that all for later. I wasn't that invested. I wanted to see it happen in one game that just kind of answered those questions and then tie everything up in a neat and tidy package so that going into Metal Gear Solid 4, I at least knew who the hell the Patriots were. And that was obscure at best because it ended up just being like his little team of helpers on the radio.
I want to know what confuses me the most. Okay, so why does Solid Snake sound exactly like Big Boss?
Well, I assume because he's a clone, right?
Okay, well, so was
Or at least that's the easy answer.
So was Liquid.
Yeah, but Liquid was... He spent like a year in England. He pulled a Madonna on every...
Now, think about this. Think about this. Think about this, because Liquid had the dominant traits, and Snake had the recessive traits. The only one who should have sounded like Big Boss should have been Solidus Snake, genetically speaking.
That's actually very true.
That's always kind of bugged
I guess
me.
it really depends on which Snake we're talking about. There's David Hayter's Snake. There's Kiefer Sutherland's Snake. Nice save. Oh, nice almost save. I thought you were going to pull a Smash Brothers move there at the end.
As did I. Ooh, speaking of Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's getting close, isn't it?
I actually got the adapter for the GameCube controllers and
good
Smash
choice.
Brothers for free, funny enough.
Wait, it's not out, is it?
No. Well, I mean, it's pre-ordered.
Oh, okay. So when you get it, it will have been free.
Yeah, I did. I opened up an Amazon credit card, and
I was gonna say I'll be right back.
they basically just gave it to me for free because it opens with a $70 credit on your account.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
That's a worthwhile transaction.
Well, the universe owed me a
Nick Ryan.
rebalance, so.
After you paid $60 for Mass Effect 3, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I want that block break. What's it doing?
I think I gotta go back.
I like how Link doesn't knock them into their shells. He just kills them.
Right. Well, I mean, come on, he's got a sword or a roll of pastrami. I can't quite tell.
I always thought it was like a rolled up newspaper. Truthfully,
You got a tube of nickels.
like when your dog gets really really naughty and you want to like send them a message but not actually hurt them.
Just want to know you mean business.
Yeah, right, the rolled up newspaper. It's the sound that actually terrifies them.
Okay, come on.
Except Link is using it as a tool of murder. Oh, damn.
All right. Well, now I'm dead. Now nobody's happy.
Especially Link.
Try this again. Zing!
You got the key.
Stop that.
Here's your keyboard. You're a fairy. Koopa Troopas. Here is a door. Damn it. I'm in that mode. Oh!
Okay, I'm
it was... You gave it a good guess. You thought about it, you went for it, just didn't pan out like you thought it would.
Let's try that again, just not so stupidly.
So you talked about the not-so-great ones. What are your favorite?
Oh, right. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to be nearly as interesting. Okay, so it's not this way. Unfortunately, it's going to be pretty close to what you said. I adored Final Fantasy IX and thought that game wrapped up perfectly. Though, to be honest, that game came really close to just being a little bit, I don't know, too much towards the ending. I mean, we go from Zidane going on a whimsical adventure to kidnap the princess to getting embroiled in a war between nations, and then a war between all nations, and then we're on the moon, and then we're in an episode of The Cosmos with Carl Sagan.
Yeah, right.
And then I guess we're fighting God or anti-God or something.
Because made in Japan.
But anywho. Yeah, so absolutely loved the game. Just came so close to being a bit too much, but yeah, it still stands as my definition of a perfect game to this day.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Get him. I'm actually, it just dawned on me, I'm not actually sure what you're trying to do right now.
I'm just trying to get through the stage at this point. What?
Oh, you're actually just going for the exit.
Yeah, I'll figure out the star later. Or for all I know, maybe the star is further up ahead and I go back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like you have to find a tunnel of some kind. Oh, no! All you had to do was jump.
I got stuck on the wall somehow.
Oh, it sucks.
Alright. Okay, we got
All
plenty of lives.
Gloves are off this time. Here it comes. I can feel it.
Sad part is, this isn't difficult.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this doesn't seem like the worst stage, but, you know, it's kind of one of those things, once you get stuck, you just psych yourself out.
So,
At least that's how I usually play my video games.
Dragon Quest IX is, what is it? 30% off on Steam right now.
As in Dragon Quest 11?
Yeah, Dragon Quest 11, thank you.
IXXI, who the hell has time to care?
Oh,
What?
so I'm just gonna phase shift through the platform? Thanks.
That Koopa exploited every weakness in your freaking arsenal.
I hope he got a medal for that. And a
I'm
full
sure
pension upon retirement.
Bowser promoted him. Holy crap.
World 1, doing great, Nick. Okay. Well, I can't just burst through here.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
All right.
Would you like to play as Super Luigi?
That's what that feels like.
Actually, it's been a while, boys. If you need some help, you can always blow that whistle.
Oh yes, takes you right to the what was it? Was it Mario 3? If you got 2 whistles, you could go to the end of the game automatically?
Yes, yeah, that's correct. Or at least like level 8.
Oh, is that how I? Is that how
this
I
is how
broke
you
through?
get the gravity suit, I believe. Oh, never mind. Well,
Okay.
that'll do it. Now it's just a matter of working your way back.
Oh, I think I gotta go back through? Well, that doesn't make any sense. How do I get back up here?
Your guess is better than mine.
Well, I wish I paid attention to how these were... Alright.
Oh,
This can't
it's
be...
like you're gonna just trial and error it. Nice kill.
Ooh. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
whoa,
hey.
whoa, whoa.
Good. We'll go back
Now,
to
how
the
do
start
these
this
work?
way.
Oh god. Oh, this one you have to duck.
Thank you.
Remember that. And this one you just jump through.
There we go. A little bit of backtrack.
Well done. And here we are. Okay, that was a damn good shot. I don't know if that was intentional or not. You
Strangely
nailed
enough, yes.
it. That was a good shot.
There we go.
And here's your reward. Hello.
Ooh, he's
Freak-
throwing
what is
poison.
that guy? Lakitu? That's Lakitu, right?
Lucky 2, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's at least what I've always thought his name was.
I don't know how you pronounce it.
Woo! Right.
Well done.
Let's see, one more level.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't remember that one being so difficult. Goodness.
Sometimes when we age, our reflexes are the first thing to go.
Well, I have played a lot of ROM hacks, and, sometimes you tend to get them mixed up in your head.
And you are 32, so...
Yeah, I'm half dead, Chris.
64, you're calling it, huh?
I'm never gonna live to see Social Security.
Hey, there's a blessing in that, man, because Social Security may not be around. You could outlive your savings. Who knows? That'd be a freaking nightmare, wouldn't it?
Very possible.
You're retired for like 20 years, and it's like, I'm 95 and I'm not dead. Okay, God.
This isn't
Let's,
going as planned.
Let's pick up the pace here. What? Kirby, stop. Why? Huh.
some sort of cryptic plan as far as how to get the star?
Kirby, I'm just gonna ask, why don't you have freaking eyes?
Let's see. I can do this. Nope. All right. One more try.
You could have done it.
Why do I need them?
Maybe take it backwards.
Maybe
Can
I
you
can
pick it up.
Ooh, might be right. No,
Can Link
there's
pick
not
things
one.
up? Unless there's something up there.
No,
Or
Link,
something on top of the cannon.
Link can't.
Well, we'll never know. I did see some invisible blocks there. Too little too late. Sorry.
Well, worst case scenario, we go back and just get the star and then leave.
I gotcha. Hey, it's the alternate, special world chomp things.
Yeah, there's a specific name for them, but I forget what it was.
Pumpkin plants? I don't know.
That feels like the obvious answer.
Yeah, right. That's what I'd name them, but I'm not Nintendo. You're
Technically,
rolling
neither
in
is-
rubies here.
The great thing
Nice.
about Link is the ruby values carry over, so you get 20 coins at a time at points.
Oh, tight.
See? There we go.
Whoa, that ghost is booking. Look at this guy.
Woo! I'll do.
Tanuki Link. So now, what does this do for Link? Oh, it's just the fairy. Oh, okay.
don't know what that was
I'm
for.
dumb.
Oh, it was just
These a-holes.
these Mexican Marios?
Yeah,
I mean, I always
that's
assumed...
always what I've thought of them, right? If Mario's Italian, those guys aren't Italian.
All right, jump.
Well done. What are the black Goombas? What is special about them?
Oh,
Hello,
they're Gloombas.
Gloombas, sad Goombas. Hence the black face paint. I'm
let's-
sad. Mario keeps killing my friends.
All right, there we go.
I wish he would
Gotta
stop, but I
switch
don't
back
think
to
he
Mario.
will.
Well, I think the Gloombas first appear in Paper Mario or Thousand Year Door. I can't.
Oh, so that's like canon. So
Yeah, it
apparently
is
there's two
actually.
hidden blocks right to the left of that thing, and I don't know how I saw them. I don't know if it was like a
Where?
glitch in the screen. There's like two hidden blocks. I'm pointing to the screen like you can see it. But no, further to the right.
Uh-huh.
So like down here. Nope, now to the left. Just to the left of the yellow block. There's like two hidden blocks.
Sure.
I mean, I saw what I saw. Maybe just a little bit more to the left. Like a hair more. No, maybe I'm on. Oh, hey,
there's
well,
something up
or
there.
straight above it. Whatever.
Okay, I think I know what I got to do now.
I swear I thought I saw one, but I have had 3 drinks.
I believe you, Chris.
You
Hell,
always
Hammer
believe,
brother.
Chris.
See you in hell, Ghost.
I'm already there. My whole life is hell. Thank you for releasing me.
Did you ever play Paper Mario or Thousand Year Door?
I've not played any of the Paper Mario games.
Why did I go back down here? I knew what this was. Really?
Free
yeah.
coins.
Paper Mario and Thousand Year Door, spectacular games. Pick up at least Thousand Year Door.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things. I just never got around to it.
I'm gonna take this Goomba with me. Maybe kill a ghost with it.
Seems like a wise investment.
Investment. Interesting
Please,
way of
sir.
putting it.
Please. Ah! Why? My wife's right, I am useless.
Joke's on you, I had another item in my inventory.
Whoa. Whoa now. What are those? What is he firing out at you?
Oh, Bonsai Bills.
I don't see that at all.
Really?
I see like green fish.
It's like a little bonsai tree.
Huh. Alrighty then.
Guess you're taking my word for it.
Yep.
Now does that
That's okay.
that gets me the star? Okay, you just have to kill all the Mexican Marios. I mean...
Oh, no, you are gonna get it, Mario.
Someone correct me.
Oh, we in a trouble with the King Koopa. Hey, it's me, Mario.
Now, I'm pretty sure that's indulging in stereotypes.
A little bit. Little bit.
My answer
But
was
hey,
just...
so was Irish Krusty, and no one complained about that.
Oh, that... Hey, ho, ho.
Mom had 4 kids, and then the plague came. Hey.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, that was great. I forgot all about Irish Krusty. That was
As did
hilarious.
I, until you just...
Like, as far as
refresh my
like
memory.
relatively new Simpsons go, that was pretty well done.
That was
Oh God, it's Irish Krusty.
some of the least offensive newer episodes Simpsons.
Mom had 3 kids, or 4 kids. 2 of them lived, and the plague came. Hey.
Okay.
What the shit?
It's
Oh yes, the classic Mario boss, Sphinxerang.
Oh, you remember this? This was a Mario boss, a classic Mario boss.
Was it from one of the Game Boy games?
Yes, one of those weird
All
Game
right.
Boy games.
The Game Boy games were freaking weird.
They were like a, well, this is the word of the night, fever dream.
They were odd, at best. I mean, they weren't bad games. Well, the second one wasn't a bad game, but
Was the second
They were
one, the one
the
where
one where Wario
Yes.
was introduced.
that was
yeah.
significantly better than the first one.
Yeah, the first one was a little tired.
By the way, I think you can now find a,
Oh boy, this is gonna be tight. Ugh. Oh no!
God!
I don't know how you survived that. That was amazing. You should be dead.
I had no rights.
I mean, I believed in you all along, but you
For
should
I
be
think
dead.
what is it, the 20th anniversary of that game? There, some modders released a full-colored version of Super Mario World 2.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, and by the way, going back to the beginning of this game, I'm pretty sure Tatunga was the final boss in Super Mario World 1 for the Game Boy Advance or whatever it was.
Ah, hell if I know.
Okay, cool. So now I'm back
All
here.
right. Well, hey, this was a worthwhile introduction to.
Let's take a gander, see if I missed any stars real quick before we sign off. Hey, now this is a 100% Let's Play playthrough.
Excellent.
Cool, we are at 100%.
A good start to Marmo Bros.
So hopefully you're enjoying this Super Mario Brothers ROM hack as much as I am.
Very much. I mean, it keeps you guessing, which I like.
Yep. So cool. Well, next time on Play the Hits, more Mario Brothers.
We'll see you then, buddy.